What's going on, everyone? I'm Ejecta1, and welcome back to the next installment of Minecraft Recrafted. And, wrong button. I want to eat this fish. So in the last video, if you don't remember, which you should definitely subscribe so you don't have to remember, you'll just get a notification. And you should also hit that like button if you liked the video, and you should also hit the like button if you didn't like the video, because it does mean a lot to me. It does about the channel. And, yeah, shameless plug with that. But anyways, in the previous video we did some exploring, and we built ourselves a nice little shelter, and yeah, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty homey. I've not touched it since, and I haven't had that's just because I haven't had a lot of time lately to work on this. Thing's been pretty tight with work and life in general, so it's just kind of remained the same, and I'm gonna kind of leave it like this actually, because it's kind of it looks pretty cool as is. And I was going to build a path from here, from here to spawn, and then from here to the Dark Oak Forest. But I've decided that because of the time constraints, I'm not going to have time for that. So what we're going to do instead is we are actually going to do a couple things. And as we are going to build ourselves an actual shelter that's not this. Because as much as I like this, we need to change this, because I want to have an actual proper housing setup. And then we're also going to try to do a pillager raid. Now the first thing we need to do is we actually need to get my armor on, because we did find a pillager outpost, and I think it'd be, well, because this is 1.14, which being the village and pillage update, I want to really hone in on that. So we are going to, I have all my stuff. Let's just take my bed and go. And I'll talk on the way. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do. That is our goal. And I think a torch would be a good, actually, let's do a little something here. So I'm less likely to lose my spot. Just for now. Because the living quarters will actually be here. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to head down to the Dark Oak Forest, because that's the first thing we need. And here we are. Alright. Now that we're back, there's a nice sand tower that someone else made. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to prep this land. I did get a bunch of spruce. In fact, let's run into my current shelter. Because as much as I like living down here, I don't always want to live down here. And I want to leave a little bit of a marker for other people that are passing through to know that, hey, I live here. And I was considering living in that one spot where the dark oak was. It would be easier for materials, but I decided that I'm going to stay here. And that is simply because, well, I'll come over here and show you. It's turning dark, so I have to be quick. But if I come around here, I think I showed this in the last video, but there's this nice little lake here. And I quite like this area. It's kind of like a secluded, I don't want to say campground, but it's kind of like its own little area. And if I have a chance to come back here in a future update, then I'll probably work on this area more, make it more of like a land that I'd want to continue working in. So that is sort of the plan for. Oh, well, that's a weird glitch. Hold on. Okay, as I was saying, yeah, so like if I ever come back in a future video, then, or in a, if Hound lets me come back in for a future portion of this series, then I'll probably focus my work on here. If not, then well, it's still a nice lake. And also I get snow because it's a nice little snow patch. Alright, anyways, let's get to work on this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to reach for my shovel, which is right there. We're going to sleep out in the snow because actually we're going to go inside my hole, and we're going to put it right back there. And we're going to go ahead and mark out where a... Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to mark out where the building is going to sit, or where the, not the building, but where the, where the house is going to sit. Now, my plan for this building is, now there's a few key points I want to have. I want to be somewhat reflective of the current version of the game, just to show kind of when it was made. So that's why I'm trying to go with the dark oak theme. That's why I went and got dark oak. That won't be the only block, but it'll be a pretty good block. I also want to have some kind of lookout tower, which will again pull in that 1.14 look from the because the pillager towers often have a lookout tower, so that would be very fitting. But also, since we're in the middle of a forest, it would be nice to have something to look out from for navigational reasons. So that will be sort of the core plan. And I'm gathering some cobblestone to kind of mark out where things are going to go, but also because I want to integrate that into the build somehow with a new, well, not a new thing, but something I've figured out how to build in my SMP world, well, in Trevella Land. And yeah, alright, so let's tear this out. We no longer need this. I can't just live on a pillar with yeah, that wouldn't go down very well. Alright, so let's take off a couple shaves of this. For any environmentalists watching this, I'm sorry, but these trees need to go because I need a place to live. I mean, I have a hole, and it is very nice. It's a very nice hole, but I can't live in my hole forever. I think what we'll do is we'll do just a basic square, and I believe we need. Let's see. Let me count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. Oh, 4. That's about right. So 4 plus 4 plus 3 is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we just make the square. Sure, we'll make that the entrance. Well, actually, I'm going to make this the entrance. So you're a mistake and need to be erased. Okay, so now we have this. What we're going to do is tear out the other tree, because if leaves get in the way, I'd rather just tear them out. I'd rather tear out the whole tree. Okay, now we have that. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and... Okay, so now we have that. It's going to be a pretty basic square, but it'll work. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the inside. So we have something to work with here. I'll put you in the middle. How about that? We'll mark out a door. I think we'll go right there. That'll work. And now what I want to do is we're probably going to need more cobblestone than this. But, so what I want to do is it's this new, well, I don't want to say it's a new technique, but it's new enough. What we're going to need is just a little bit of some of these along with this. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to need some junk blocks. Dirt works perfectly for this. And we'll do 1, 2. I'm hoping my math is right. That's actually too far over. So we'll place that there. Place that. 1, 2. Yes, that's going to work. 1, 2, 3. And I'm kind of just making this arch. But it's something I kind of came across while I was working on something in Trevella Land in my base. You guys won't see that till after this series comes out. Or, well, after, yeah, these few videos come out. That'll work. Just like that. I'm going to climb up here. And then place, unplace. Then place that, place, and then place. And we should get a sort of a pixelated form of this. That's why I put these dirt blocks on the bottom, so I can just come down here and destroy them. Alright, and that should be... Yes, that's the way I want it. And then if we take... Because that throws me off, seeing that. Now if we take our... Let's say we do slabs. And then stairs right here. And that already looks a lot better. We just need to get something for that top bit. So unfortunately, I got to put the dirt stuff right back. And so we're going to do... Well, we can't have it there because that's in the middle. So place that like that. And why don't we do this? And it's sort of a trick of playing with the shapes here. And I believe that looks pretty good, all things considered. I can't really do much with that, can I? Let's try it. I think we can, but instead of doing cobblestone, I think we'll use spruce for that. Because even though we're going to use dark oak for a lot of this, I do want to integrate some of the spruce because that is local material. Just to kind of create a nice little cap. Alright. I think that'll work. Let's take a step back. Or, well, yeah. Step back. Let me place that. Ow. Okay, so that is the basic shape I'm going for, at least for the bottom layer. I do quite like that. It's not exactly round, but it creates a cool looking shape. So I'm going to go ahead and make the other three, and I will get the walls placed in because the dark oak is supposed to go here. So let's actually get that in. How does that look? I do like it the other side though. So we will actually go with this. So the one wide window. But I want it spread to that end. Yeah, that looks way better. And how about we do something above the door here? Yes, that looks way better. I could even do... We gotta be kind of quick about this because I don't want to be out here at night. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, let me go to sleep before I summon more mobs. Okay, so now I've gotten that, and that's going to bug me if I don't handle that. Okay, but that's what I got so far is the first layer, the first level. And I do think it does pretty well reminisce the, what is it called? The Pillager Towers. I know what they're called. Sandstone Tower. That's what that's called. And anyways, yeah, so I did, well, actually I forgot to fill this in. Whoops. So let me show you the first, what I've gotten so far. So starting off, of course, we're going to have this become a staircase. And that's going to lead off into here. And you can see I have this. You've already seen that in the last part. If I come in here, you could see I did do something. I tried to do something interesting with the windows. So on this side and on this side, I've got these two little short windows and this big window. So I can look out here and see what's going on. Check for any creepers. There probably are creepers in this forest, to be honest. But then I also have this one. And this one looks out to the waters because so if I need to sit here and ponder about what's going on, then I can ponder. Or if someone else wants to come here and ponder, they can also ponder. Now this one has the two short windows, but is missing the big window. And that's because we are going to make another floor too. And so this is going to be where the stairs are. So I left this sort of blank. And that is, yeah, so that's what we have so far. Now the next thing we're going to work on is I want to work on the walking because I want to be able to get up and down here. And I want to replace the floor. So we'll start with the floor. Let's just fill all that. Get rid of all that. And let's go ahead and fill this in just to give it something different from a pillager outpost. And the funny thing is that I have downloaded replay mod for this, but I don't think I'm going to use that for this. For the series, ironically. So that was kind of a pointless move. It is downloaded. You could see I have it down there. I just have not used it because I haven't had use for it. Could I use it to build this house? Yes, I could, but I'm not going to. Okay, so before I get too far ahead into this with the top, I decided I'm going to actually work on the stairs. Now we're just going to make a simple little staircase. So this tree will actually in fact go away. Whoa! Oh, that made me jump. That seriously made me jump. Oh. If you could see the look on my face behind this screen. Ooh, my heart is pumping from that. Is there any more creepers hiding behind there? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, that was scary. Okay, so after a little bit of progress, you could see I have kind of worked out what I want to do. And you can see I'm starting to work on the lookout tower part of it. So let me take on a little inside update. I did do this little bit, which is just to kind of bring in just to bring in the arch from outside into here. I did have to cut it away for this staircase. As you see, it does go to the top, and I did make a floor. I think that'd be very important. And I do have these little raised bits. I did make the floor a little shorter, but I figure, well, if you're under attack or something, you could use this as sort of a defense of some kind, so you can kind of back away and avoid getting attacked. But it does go all the way around. It makes a pretty good looking circle. Now I will replicate this on the top. Yeah, I'm gonna replicate this on top. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and do that, and we're just gonna go ahead and, do I have enough spruce? I should. And what I'm gonna do is try to go right there. And we want this to match up with the bottom. I gotta be careful here because it's hard to watch where I'm walking when quite literally right on the edge of death. Or not death, but pain. So I'm trying to watch where I step. Okay, so we have that. Now I just got to replicate that 3 times without falling on the stairs. Alright, now let's add in just a little touch of design just to make it a little more interesting. We'll start off with this. Just for any Elytra users to fly over, not see just a big wafer of cobblestone. Or not cobblestone, but spruce. I believe we want to go like this. I'm thinking like a waffle pattern. I just realized I forgot to... I might need more cobblestone than this. Absolutely. Absolutely more cobblestone. All the cobblestone in the world. It's a good thing I mined out a bunch of this in the last video. Check for any home invaders. None. Grab a bunch more of that. That's looking good. I do need some torches up there for something spawns up there we don't want spawning up there. And we slap that there. Is that everything? I believe that is. And then I'm just going to do the classic torch spam. And if you don't like torch spam, I'm sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. I swear it's for economic reasons. And for time reasons. Because I want to get this finished. Because I'm sure you're all anticipating when I go on the pillager raid. At the end of the video. Alright, so I believe that's good. We should be able to keep the mobs away from this. And when you look at it from a map, it should look a lot better than it does now. Alright, let's get down here. I'm sure if I come back to this map in the future, I can come back and make this look better, but I think for now it looks pretty good. Alright, now what we ought to do is this needs a few more of those. We also want to have some kind of fencing. So I think what we'll do is, I don't want to do a fence though. So we're simply going to do, actually I wonder if stairs will work. So let's go ahead and get in here, finish this. And one thing I want to do before I do that is I want to replicate this little piece here. Simply by doing some blocks there. And to give it some more support. Stairs. We'll do... Do I have any stairs on me? I have slabs. Does that count? Place 2 right there, and then we'll do 8 stairs. If I can get down here, that would be amazing. That would work if I was not going for an arch. 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 I don't know why I'm saying arch. Someone's probably going to edit that so I sound like a dog. Feel free if you want to do that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I am going to not put... Oh, actually... I could see that. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, make 2 more of those. And then I'm also going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why it's not letting me use my key to transfer that, unless I'm using the wrong key. Sure, I'll take 5 of those. And then we're going to look at... that. There we go. Okay. So the last 2 can go here. And this will sort of borrow from the one down from downstairs. And I've got a spare one. So why not put the spare one right here? And I have way too many they have more lanterns than you'll ever need in your life. Guaranteed. Alright, so now what we gotta do is we need to finish this off with some glass. I'm also gonna just make this into some stairs. I'm definitely gonna need more stairs, I think. Then what we'll do is we'll just do this. Right there. And yeah, we're definitely gonna need more. Probably not the safest because you'll just run off here, but design wise it looks pretty good, so we'll run with it. If we go like this, place that. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty good. It makes it lookout tower, but also makes it look kind of cozy. Now, I will give a little bit of a spoiler. Well, not a spoiler, but anyone who's watched this far into the video, I guess I can give a little sneak peek just to see if you've been watching this far. If you have watched this far, type the word chicken. You can embed it into a sentence that makes no sense. You can whatever you want to do with it, but in your comment that says chicken, and just let me know that you watched this far. Because I want to see how far people watch. YouTube analytics is really weird. When I made the Project Zerth videos, so I'll give a little insight to that before I go into my little spoiler. So, what am I doing? I need coal. I thought I had coal. I do not have coal. Why do I not have coal? Okay, we're going to make... let's go look for coal. Could I use my own cave? Yes, I could, but... why do that to myself? So anyways, as I was saying, that's a creeper hole. That has nothing of value to me. So, in Project Xerth, so I'm interested to see how far people watch into. I know some people watch all the way and some people don't. And I know this because in the Project Xerth thing, which there is another spoiler with that, but I'm not going to get into that. Not until the next release for Project Xerth. But basically, there was a thing that happened in one of the videos that Zoe pointed out in the Discord. There's a whole discussion, and I forget who it was. It's the current project manager of Xerth. Sorry, I forget your name. I'm good with faces. I forget names. I'm one of those people that you love to see. But yeah. So basically, there's this part where and it was pretty late in the video, and I wasn't sure if it it's like because those videos were like an hour long, and I was pretty sure people didn't watch it all the way that way, but Zoe actually asked a question that was like pretty far into the video. So the fact that he watched all the way, and the fact that he watched all the way through that video that far, which was pretty cool. So I'm glad that so it does provide evidence that people do watch my videos all the way to the end, even though Minecraft's or even though YouTube shows different analytics, but I think that's just the bots watching my videos. I guess the robots like watching my stuff too, which I can't blame them when my skin is quite literally if I take off my clothes. Yeah, I mean I can kind of see why when your skin is literally a robot. I can definitely see the resemblance, but I'm not a robot. I'm an Autobot. There's a big difference. There's kind of a big difference. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you've watched this far into the video, be sure to type the word chicken. I was gonna do something more Halloween themed, but I just thought of it off the top of my head. Or maybe, I mean, I guess chickens can be Halloween themed. Who says they can't? Amongst other things. I mean, you think about chickens as some pretty scary looking creatures. Just gonna make a quick little noob farm. And I believe this is the one where we had the waterlogging physics. So I can do my little slab method. Of course, I'll need to get a slab first. Now, my little contribution, it's not a very big contribution, so I do apologize. I will leave some snowballs. And not yellow ones either. Don't get any funny ideas. That would just be mean. So what we're gonna do? So my contribution is, well, I'm gonna make a potato farm. And I don't know if there is one on here, but if there is, I apologize. But I guess if you come out this far and you need some kind of potatoes, then get yourself some potatoes. And it's sort of my small way of contributing to this map. But I mean, I'm giving you free real estate, so there's that too. Alright, and then we need a slab. Slab, 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 slab here, slab there. You don't have a slab. Do you have a slab? I have a slab. And we're going to put the slab right there. And when we take the slab, and we run back, go back outside, and I believe it should just waterlog it now. And then we're going to take... Don't start singing that cringy song. Please don't. I'm going to make... Yeah, no, I was going to make... I was going to make a lamppost, but... And as cool as that would be, it wouldn't really work with this. It would kill some of the plants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little... Now we can go ahead and grab some of the... food. Let's do that. Now these probably won't be grown when the next person comes here, but you'll have this. So if you want to come in and grab stuff, you can. Or if you just want to set it afire or take back what's yours, go ahead. But that is there, and now we can go ahead and do the last step, which is the glass. And now that that's finished, we are going to go ahead and I need to turn this into panes because it is such a pain. Could I have done stained glass? Yes, but I'm not going to be, I can't be bothered to go to the jungle. Let's place that in. Gotta be very careful because, you know, I have extra glass. I don't like to waste it. And I think there is a pickaxe, a silk touch pickaxe on the server. I keep saying server. It's not a server. It's a map. Because if it was a server, I would be able to look at other things. Or I'd be able to see other players, but we don't. So it's just me by my lonesome. And there's that. Anything else? I don't think so. That is basically it. Alright. And you can sit here and you can relax and wait for your stuff to finish melting, or you can just look out here. And actually, I'm probably going to put this in a better spot. Yeah, you're not getting that axe now. We'll make this a little... we'll put the storage here. Why not? Alright, I believe that is pretty much it. I will leave the rest of it open for interpretation. I will actually put my... well, my bed's going to stay in the other spot, but... you got yourself a nice little thing. Actually, we can move my bed in. Tired of living in a cave. What am I, a caveman? Yes, I am. I will leave that stuff there. If people want to find use for this stuff or whatever they want to do, that's fine. Although I don't know how people will feel about sleeping in a magenta bed, but if you want to, go right ahead. I will leave my bed. Let's put them up here in case it's nighttime. And I believe that is it. Yeah, I believe that's it. I could have put like a little railing here to help people get up easier, but I'm not going to do that. There's no fun in that. Alright. Let me put up all this extra stuff that we're not going to need. I will take extra of that. We'll leave baked potatoes. Alright, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Yes, organize my stuff. That's absolutely what we're doing. I'm just going to take all my junk and just throw it in here. And now we are ready to head on off to fight some pillagers. So put all this stuff back. I'll leave the rest of that in there. We don't have a use for... well, actually, we should have a couple of these. Might be able to make use of it. Alright, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and... alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to head on over to the pillager outposts. Yeah, so we're going to head on over to the pillager outpost, and we are going to put the... alright, so we're going to head on over to the pillager outpost, and we are going to go fight some pillagers. Now, I will say... before I go into this, that I'm not sure if my American healthcare plan will cover this. And the American healthcare system is not exactly the greatest in the world, so yeah. But let's hope I survive this anyways. Here we go. That still looks like someone's base. Okay, let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Well, we're dealing with some lag. That's not good. There's a guy there. I know these guys like to spawn. First thing we want to do is scout the area. And I'm pretty sure this is now, I don't think these guys have the, well, we've already been spotted. Okay, I could just run and go for it. Duck and weave. Come on, let's do this. Where are you? I heard you. Alright, let's go. Move in! Now try hard on that. Okay, we're inside. Okay. So block that off. Okay. Ha. Okay, nice. And I have something to contribute to these guys. And some more dark oak. Tripwire hook. If someone wanted to raid this one, I'm sorry, but there is another one that way, so. Alright, let's go ahead and fight these guys. That's what we're here for. Oh, there's a lot of them. Come here. Oh no, oh no, no. Not in the water. Get me out. Okay, run away, run away, run away. Nope, run away. There's like a million of these guys. Okay, I gotta get some distance. Ha! Nice. Okay. I don't have a lot of these, so I'll make this work. There's more of them. Come on. No. Whew. In and out, in and out, in and out. Alright, I'm being followed. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, he's got piercing. That guy's got piercing. Okay, this might be way too many. No! This is a lot of pillagers, guys. No. It's like Call of Duty Zombies all over again. But these zombies can shoot bows and arrows, or crossbows. Come on, you stooges. I've got down half a shield. Any more where that came from? Okay, I think next we're just gonna go ahead and explore this before it gets too bad. Actually can't explore that because I have no blocks to explore them. So yeah, if anyone from the future is watching this in the future updates, there is this here. Just be warned that there is these guys that are protecting it. All right. Come on. Okay. I think that's gonna have to do it because trying to fight these guys at night. Really? Alright, let's get out of here. We got the goods. Let's get out of here. Run, Forest! Sorry, creeper showing up. Go away, creeper! Run! I see the home! I see the tower! Everybody into the pool! I'm pretty sure Hound will be the one that gets that reference. Come on! Swim! There's an arrow in my elbow. Luckily, it's not in other places. Spider, 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 spider. Ugh. 3 spiders. Come on, come on, come on. Get to the chopper. Oh my god. No. Now I'm back to walking. Get to the chopper. Okay. I made it to the chopper. Now what? Just in case they break. No. Okay. Okay. Ooh. That was scary. That was absolutely intense. And now one thing I'm going to look for before I... Okay. So while these guys are screaming in pain, which is music to my ears, I am going to look for something that is absolutely necessary before I can return to the spawn area. So one thing I have to do before I can return to spawn is I have to actually... well, I have the exile thing in my top right corner. Or I have the enchantment, and basically it means that if I go into a village, all the villagers will die. And I don't want to do that to the next person that comes in. So we need to find a... So we actually need to put my stuff up. If you come here, you will have a bottle of enchanting and a crossbow with some arrows. I will leave you all my goodies. How about them apples? Bread will be right there. Fish will be right there. I'll leave you my sword and my axe and my other good stuff. And I'm going to take some fish to take back with me. I will need the bucket. I kind of need to get out of here first. I'll also give you the rest of my stuff like that. All right. Alright, so let's go ahead and... So if you come here... So whoever comes in here in the future, if you want a bottle enchanting, there's one right there. And there's a bunch of other stuff there. Because I want to round off the series. Now we need to find a cow on the way back because we need milk. I'll also leave this bucket in the chest at spawn. And I do also need to use the bathroom IRL, which I'm pretty sure has something to do with the... okay, let's not go that way. Have any of you seen a cow? I see pigs and sheep. There should be a cow somewhere. Hey, Mrs. Cow. Which cow? Oh, there's a bunch of you. I need one of you. Let's get rid of that effect because I don't want to ruin it for the next person. Oh. I did have the pillager flag, but I think it's back at my... It's back at my place if anyone wants to utilize that. Oh, yeah. This is a mob grinder. I thought they made some kind of creeper face out of that. Oh, that's cool. I want to see how this works. Oh, it's a boat clock. Oh. That's... I've never... Honestly, Wow. I definitely need to use these in my... some builds. I totally forgot you could do this. That's awesome. So whoever built this, thanks. And this is pretty cool, even though I never really use this, but... Oh, that's cool. Hello, child. I'm probably not... well, now the child's stuck here. There. Die. Ungrateful little cretin. Alright. I think I've had my fun with that. Let's head back to spawn and we will wrap up this video and my little time on Recrafted. And I think we'll come over here. Now I will explain that before I log out finally. I know I keep sidetracking, but I'm having a lot of fun over here. So this was actually supposed to be... So originally I was going to make a path that led from spawn all the way to the Dark Oak Forest where I gather my stuff, or gather my materials. And then I was going to build a railway that led there, so, you know, because screw walking. And then this was going to be a railway station from one end to the other so you could have a place to park it. And I obviously didn't get to that. I would have liked to, but I just didn't have the time. So if someone wants to work on that, they can. If not, I don't blame you. Maybe I'll come back on and work on it at some point in the future if I ever get the world again. But if not, I've had my fun here and I've really enjoyed this series. I'd like to thank Hound4004 for reaching out. 4004. I hope I'm saying that right. Look, big numbers scare me, okay? I can only count to 4, okay? Hence why I'm eject1, because I'm number 1. Hey. But yeah, anyways, thanks to Hound for letting me spend some time on here and checking this place out and doing my contributions. My contribution is the shield. I said this contribution is my shield. That's because it's not set to my normal key. And I will leave that in my bucket, because buckets are very useful. There's a water bucket, but you can always use an empty bucket. I will steal this for a second. Let me do this when it's not at night and I'm trying to not get swarmed by mobs. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, let me... put that back where it belongs. And alright, So now that that's over, I would like to thank Hound 4004 for giving me the opportunity to come on here and oh, actually, I guess if you don't want to flaunt diamond armor because you think you're that OP, I will let me find a chest. Yeah, let me just it's kind of damaged, but you can find use for it, I'm sure. Unless you're too OP for it, then take the diamonds. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, that's going to have to do it for me. I would like to thank Hound 4004. I hope I'm saying that right. And yeah, I'd like to thank him for allowing me the opportunity to come on here, and hopefully I'll get the chance to come on here again. I know things were a little bit last minute, up to the last minute, a little bit over that, but I still had a lot of fun with this, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. And I think the next person, let me check out who's supposed to be the next person. Okay, so Freebie will be taking over this world after I am done, and I hope you guys enjoy his stuff and the other people that have made content on here. And this stuff will actually be in a playlist, and I'll leave a link to that playlist in the description below, so you can click on it and go watch the other people and find out what this is, get better insight into what this is about. But anyways, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, well, I don't know if I'll be here next time, but until my next video, I am Ejecta1. Have a wonderful day, and you have been, of course, as always, you have been ejected.